Yeah. Well, I mean, you just said something that's really, to me, it's gold, because in Amazon world, there are often things that happen and you are always caught with your pants down, so to speak. It's, you don't know, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
It happens. These things never happen when you expect them. It's you are always kind of prepared, but you don't know what's going to hit you. So it's either something that they did, or something happened, or your competition did something to you, or your competition did something in general, or so you never know. So if you want to know what's going on, is the Product Opportunity Explorer is a place to start, at least. So that's one. The second thing is, just to give a little bit of a recap on what you said. Product Opportunity Explorer works with niches. You know, what is the customer searching for? So that means that they grouped a bunch of, if you like, keywords, categories, or whatever that is driving traffic to products. And then they put them under the umbrella of a niche. This is what they define as a niche. So what I heard you say is, the first thing you have to do is find out what niche you are in as far as Amazon is concerned. So that's one. Immediate, if you haven't done it already, go to Product Opportunity Explorer under Growth and plug in your ASIN and find out where Amazon sees you. That's immediate. Once you do that, you talked about another important thing. So there's something called, as you know, in data world, called time series calculations. In other words, if you download the data for last month, okay, you're looking at last month. If you downloaded the month before, that's the month before. But how do they compare between the two? But what about every month, month over month? So you really, you know, my favorite example is when you're driving from A to B and you're gonna drive 100 miles, if you want to know your average speed, you calculate how long it took you to get there, and then you divide it by, you know, the miles. So that's your average speed. But you may have gone at 100 miles an hour at some point, or slow down to 25 miles. So you're looking at your dashboard and looking at your speed at the time. That doesn't tell you, you know, your traveling speed. Your traveling speed is over time. It's the same thing with your Amazon performance. Everything that you are doing, your sales, your ACOS, your TACOS, your, you know, everything, your cost per click, your average order value, these are all things that need to be looked at over time. And that becomes hard, because now you have to collect the data and calculate, blah, blah. Your point was Product Opportunity Explorer does that already, right?
Yeah.
So when you go into the niche, you can see trends, and then it tells you if it's getting better or worse or whatever. So therefore, when something happens, your sales drop, this is your first stop. Is it the market? Because if it's the market, now that's a different approach. And go look at your niche and look at the trend, and you can see immediately this is what's happening with the shopper behavior, which kind of brings us back to that Forrest Gump thing. So if you keep following the competition, but the market is going in a different way, then obviously you're going to get affected. So so this is extremely valuable. So okay, what else? Walk us through. So this is one way to spot check where you are and where you ought to be. And what else do you use it for?
Yeah. So I would definitely say yes.